Hello everyone, this is Lena Kiers from Inspired Creations. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today I have a really pretty Gatefold autumn card. It's made with the Autumn Goodness set, and it looks like a regular gatefold, but when you open it up there's a little surprise, because then there's this little piece here. So, and that just kind of wobbles on there. I learned this particular fold from Linda Bowen, and I thought that was kind of cool, so I thought I would share it with you. So it's not difficult to do, and just follow along with me and you'll have no trouble. So these are the pieces that you need. You need a piece of 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're scoring it here at 2 1/8 from this end. Turn it around and score it 2 1/8 from the other end. And when you fold that in, just make sure that you're in the center here, that they meet, and then you can use your bone folder and just score that down so that you get it more exact. So that's the gatefold part. Okay, then for the inside, I have a piece of 5.25 by 4. That will just sit in here. And then to decorate the gates, I have 2 pieces of espresso, and they are 5 3/8 the long way and 2 inches across here. So that will sit on either side there. And then to make that pretty, I have 2 designer pieces, and this is from the Gilded Autumn. This beautiful designer paper here. And so I used some of this paper here, and then for the pumpkins I used this beautiful sheet here, and I just cut them out. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, so that there's just a very tiny little edge all the way around 1/8 of an inch. Okay, then I have these labels, 1 Cajun label and 2 vanilla labels, and I cut them from the Tasteful label dies here. So you can see this is the one here, and this one here, and this one here. Okay, and then the little pumpkins and gourds that I cut out of the designer series paper. So let's put this together. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this little piece here. So this little piece here it's 2 inches by 1/2. And I'm going to show you a kind of an easier way to make this. I thought I had an extra little piece laying here. Oh, I do. Right here. So I'll bring in my cutter. So instead of cutting it to size, just working with a 1/2 inch, just make it the right length, whatever that you want that to be. And then, I hope you can see this. There we go. So I'm putting it on a 1/4 inch here, the first line there, and I'm scoring. And then, you see the score line there? Then I'm putting it a 1/2 inch, and I'm cutting. That's much easier than trying to score this 1/2 inch piece. And then you're just going to fold that in half. Okay, so I'll put the trimmer away. And we're ready to start making this card. So we'll start with putting these pieces. Oh, I love the back of this designer paper. It's always a problem when you like both sides. But I'll have to use that gold side for something else. Good thing there's a few sheets of each one in the package. Okay, so that is ready to go on the the gatefold. Okay, let's have things growing the right way up. There we go. Whoops. Should be using my mat to glue on because I'm making a bit of a mess here. Okay. Alrighty, so now the mechanism. So we're going to fold it on that score line, and we're going to glue just half of it to the card and half of it to the label. So I will pull out my silicone mat to glue this piece because it's very tiny. And we'll just kind of center it. No, that doesn't look very centered to me. That's better. Okay. That's good. Now we'll prepare the little label first. And I'm using almost all the stamps from the stamp set that I showed you. The Autumn Goodness stamp set. It's buried somewhere. So this one says plant kindness and harvest love. Oh, I stamped that on the wrong piece. Okay, I'm going to do that over here. There we go. And then we'll turn this one over. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Because you'll see it on the back. Well, I don't have another one cut, so I will have to work with what we've got. And I want to put a few gourds underneath at the bottom. So we'll just stamp this. Golden leaves, chilly air, autumn beauty everywhere. Okay, I'm going to figure out which little pumpkins and gourds I want to use for what. Maybe the little ones here. This one has a bit more room on it. Okay, something like that. Let's just use some glue dots to stick these in place. You can, of course, use whatever you like to use, but for the sake of expediency, I'll use glue dots. And I see I'm getting very close to the end of this roll. These are always super sticky, and there we go. Actually, this one is big enough to put some adhesive on. I'll just have this one leaning against the pumpkin, and maybe the smaller pumpkin. These pumpkins are so pretty with the gold through it. And which one, the small one or the big one? I think maybe the small one. There we go. Okay, let's put this out of the way. And we need to put just a little ribbon on here yet. And all I'm doing is just tying a knot. And then cutting it off. I hardly ever cut my ribbon before I do my bow or my knot, because that way you don't waste any. Okay, we got another glue dot here. Yep. And this can go just nicely on there. Now this fits nicely inside here, and that's why I picked that. There we go. Now we want to, okay, we have to attach this first. So, silicone mat. Maybe I'll just use glue dots. I have a new one here. And I'll just use 3 of those. Oh, come on. Okay, so we kind of want this to sit in the center. And it won't show on the front. It'll just show when you open it. And then we want to make sure that this covers this underneath part. So I'm just going to put glue on this side here. So make sure you don't go beyond the halfway mark here. Everything is covered. There we go. That's good. So it looks just like a regular gatefold, and you open it up and oh, there's a surprise. Now inside, we're going to stamp "Thankful for You" at the top. Very nice. And then I thought I would use this, and these are the flowers that go in the wheelbarrow of that set. Oh, here's my set. So it's this part here, and these fit nicely into the wheelbarrow, but I'm just using the flowers on their own, and I'm stamping with the mint macaron, and I'm not coloring. So just putting them down here in the corner, so you've still got lots of room to write something. Maybe you want to give this to the hostess when you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving, or just send it to a friend who you're thankful for. They'd be very happy to receive this pretty card. Okay. Just make sure there's an even edge all the way around, somewhat even. And that's it for this card. Well, that wasn't very hard, was it? Takes a little bit of time to cut all these little pumpkins out. but otherwise, it's not difficult. So that's it for today. If you don't have a demonstrator and you're interested in having me to be your demonstrator, here's all my information. This is my Facebook page. This is my store. And this is my October host code if you should wish to buy some products. That's it for today. Bye-bye.